My name is Rahma, I'm 19 years old, and I live in Ottawa. So we came to Canada in 2009, lived in Montreal for a bit, then we moved to Ottawa about 2012, and from there I learned English, moved around quite a bit, about 7 schools by the 6th grade. After a while, I was speaking with teachers and educational assistants who were very helpful, but they noticed I was struggling. The more I talked, the more they realized that something was off. So they spoke to my principal, and my principal recommended that I go to the YSB, the walk-in clinic, for a mental health walk-in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe. So when my mom spoke with them and they recommended that was kind of like a shock to her, and she was pretty upset. And it just turned into a, tell me what happened. Why are you feeling this way? I was like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling good. And that's kind of when it spiraled downwards because I wasn't getting very much support at home, and I was kind of accused of attention seeking. So after a while, it was kind of, there was a lot going on, arguing and all of that. I just really did not want to go home. I actually ended up refusing to go home when I went to the walk-in clinic. I could just tell there was going to be more arguments at home. I didn't want to deal with it, and so I asked the counselor to call CAS. I ended up being admitted to the inpatient unit at CHEO. I stayed there for a couple of weeks. I got discharged, and a couple of weeks later I was inpatient again. Stayed there for a few weeks, and then I got discharged to a group home. I was connected with the Royal shortly after I went through a traumatic experience, so not too long after I turned 16. From there, I was connected with a psychiatrist who was looking into the possibility of, complex PTSD. We were looking into my sleep, trying to get me back on my feet, get me medicated enough to be able to go back to school. And I ended up going to a foster home with my foster parents. They're absolutely amazing sweethearts, very, very good people, very patient. My foster mom's a reader, so she definitely she crammed as much information about mental health as she could, and just did her best to support me. She did a very, very good job. So when I went back, I couldn't relax like I did before. But then within a couple of months of moving in with my foster parents, I kind of just spilled the beans and got to a better place than I had ever been in my life. There was a bit of an adjustment period, but I would say that not having help gives you every opportunity to slip through the cracks. Having people around you that care, I guess it gives you somebody to disappoint or somebody to worry, and for me that was enough to try to stay on my best behavior. When I turned 18, I just kind of felt like I didn't have support. It kind of felt like I was too old to have my hand held, but too young to know what I'm doing, or to have the skills I needed to get to where I need to be. So between the ages of 18 to 25, you're kind of old enough to work on yourself, but there's no resources available. So they kind of try to keep you alive when you're young, and then when you're 18, you can either slip through the cracks, fix yourself, or just wait until you're just messed up enough to get inpatient, or just messed up enough to get support when you're 25. There are people out there that want to help, that want you to reach out, and they want to hear when you're not doing so good. They also want to hear when you're doing good. They want to hear when you're not doing good. They want to know how they can help. They want your feedback. Just communicate with people around you. And if someone's not listening, then find someone else to speak with.